Hello, everybody. Hello, Apparition in No Way. Yup. Oh, you guys are awesome. Thank you so much for joining me. We are finally starting a brand new console arc. Oh, thank you guys. I couldn't have done it without you guys. My mod team, I do not thank you guys enough. Seriously. You're freaking amazing. Hello, Nagels. Welcome to the stream. And hello, Jess. So now that Yoagoshi is over, what we would normally be starting is Someutsushi, but having learned my lesson from last time, let's check out the prologue to Someutsushi in its police case file. I know nothing about it. I do know that pigtailed girl is very closely associated with Higurashi console arcs. And I can't wait to see what her story is, because she clearly has something really big and involved. Given that she's like basically the focus of so many. I do have it ready away. I'll save that as a surprise in case we get to use it. Alright, here we go. Prologue. In the far corner of my consciousness, I heard the sound of someone snoring. When I realized it was coming from me, I chased the grogginess away and slowly opened my eyes. It's Uishi! Okay, let's see. Right before my eyes, I found a fluorescent light shining down on me from a lightly stained ceiling. It's like the beginning of Evangelion here. No, I just had the mental image of Uishi in a plug suit, like finally the Evangelion. like going up to the angel, it's like mushy mushy with that. I'm sorry. Shoot, sorry about that. God. Though I only planned to take a short rest in the break room, apparently I fell all the way asleep. I must have slept in a weird position. I felt a dull ache in my shoulders and my temple. Well, if I leave it alone for a while, the blood flow will get back to normal, and I'll probably start feeling better. A yawn leaked out as I raised my upper body and squeezed at the back of my neck. The short hand of the clock was pointing straight up, and a single cigarette was lying in the ashtray on the table, burnt down to the butt. I had no memory of smoking it, but maybe I needed one before falling asleep. If I had somehow dropped it on the sofa, it could have started a fire. Hello, T. Welcome to the stream.
Abunai.
Careful. That's dangerous. I rose to my feet with the ashtray in hand, then struggled to force a smile as I dumped the ashes in the cigarette bin in the corner of the room. A myriad of cigarette butts were piled on top of the murky water inside the can. The pungent aroma quickly forced a grimace along my face. Thanks to that smell, my drowsiness was all but gone. I need to quit smoking one of these days. Starting tomorrow? No, the clock says the date has already changed, so starting today, I guess. But the urges might keep me up at night in the future, costing me the precious opportunity to cool my head. However, it would still be better for my health than spending major chunks of my time doing nothing and not thinking about anything. Though the habit is so deeply ingrained in me that I doubted I'd be able to quit. It'd be nice to have something else I can enjoy as much as eating, sleeping, and getting into fights. I need something to do with my days besides detective work, don't I? Well, I'm certainly not cut out for farming. I chuckled at the mental image of myself standing in the dirt, working out in the fields. It's such a helpless story. Even though I'm scheduled to depart next week, I still haven't put much thought into it. The unforgettable landscape of the countryside around Okonomiya was etched into my mind. It's been so long since I visited my mother that I can't even think of what her area looks like now. But they're in the planning stages for a large-scale airport that should open in a few years, which will make transportation more convenient. That's what she said in her letter anyway, so I guess so.
ま、いいでしょう。
Well, that's good, I suppose.
命を取られるわけでもなし、行ってから知るのも一興ってやつです。
It's not like it'll kill me, and I won't know how much I'll enjoy it until I go.
It's so weird how Uishi's life or death depends on whether he stops by a certain road. That's just insane. Besides, I'll be busy looking for after my aging mother. That ought to kill plenty of time. I've been blessed with a strong body and living my life as I pleased for a long time, with little regard for my parents. They say divine punishment befalls those who don't respect their parents.
天罰か。
Divine punishment, huh?
I muttered the words, swirling around inside my head, while picking up one of the thick files sitting on the desk in front of me, and looked at the title on the cover. Really, this is the very first scene in the console game. It starts with, not with Onikakushi's, like, famous shocking opening, but this? I guess that's a choice. The series of deaths and disappearances in Hinamizawa. If divine punishment truly exists, there's probably no greater example of it. It's difficult to evaluate using human understanding, and beyond the realm of comprehension.
ひなみざわ村。
Namizawa Village.
Officially known as the Hinamizawa district of Shishibone City. Wow, I didn't know that. Jeez. I had no idea that it was officially called that. A village of around 2,000 people, where the power of the mayor and public authorities paled in comparison to the three great families who effectively ruled the area since ancient times. And the faith in their local god, Oyashiro-sama, that the residents passed down through the generations, along with the curse said to have befallen non-believers in recent years. But it's all gone now, and the people who were left behind have been scattered across the surrounding area. And it all began in the cases summarized in these files. I'm guessing that's okay. So this was really, it's an interesting way to open the story. Although I really think I prefer the original opening of Onikakushi, because this is clearly meant for someone who knows what the story is. And this one will be after Someutsushi. So now with that over with, a very short little opening prologue here. Let's get into Someutsushi proper. I am super excited about this. Higurashi, when they cry. Let's go. Come on, start. Someutsushi. Brand new background. This chapter can be read after completing chapter 3 to Tadagoroshi. Natsumi Kimiyoshi moved away from Okonomiya 1 year ago and is seeking a happy life in Kakurichi City. But her ties to Yamizawa inescapably follow her. Oh god, that's bad. She moved away. Kimiyoshi! That is a wonderful idea! The Kimiyoshi family was so underused. Like, you constantly would forget that they're one of the three great families. Like, oh my god. That is a wonderful idea. Stained.
新しい土地で穏やかな日々を送っていた一人の少女。 しかし切り離したはずの過去が突然影を落とし、進む先さえも闇の中へと包み込んでゆく。
Oh,
不
I
安
wish.
が後ろめたさとなり、頼りのなさが疑いとなって、全てが優しさに包まれていた日常がある日を境に脆くも、そして儚くも崩れ去った。染め写し、ただ当たり前の幸せが欲しかった。
Ouch.
なのに少女にはそれすらも持つ資格がなかった。
Someone once said it's like the air. You cannot see it, but of course it's always there. Someone once said it's like the water. It's neither sweet nor bitter because it has no taste. So of course, they perceive every day as uninteresting. That's why everyone is unaware of their own happiness. Frederica Berncastle. Beyond the darkness, a large number of red lights could be seen flashing intermittently.
ほんと真っ暗ね。
Damn. Okay, I have no idea who Tomoe is. Fuck. And no sprite. Let's see. It's really dark, huh? I'm just gonna try to match her tone here. It was a forest road deep in the mountains, far from civilization. Of course, there weren't any streetlights, just the headlights of the cars slowly revealing the ground from the darkness. The road was paved, but it was still difficult to manage the timing of acceleration and deceleration on a winding mountain road. Because of that, a slight loss of focus was all it took for the white guardrails to appear right before Tomoe's eyes, sending a shiver down her spine countless times along the way.
時間はちょい遅れか。
Oh god, this freaking background. I'm a bit late.
意外にかかっちゃったな。
That took longer than expected. Tomoe glanced at the clock on the dashboard, lightly drumming her fingers on the steering wheel. I'll try to just do this Jennifer Hale thing until I can see what she looks like and get a better idea of her personality. If anything, the fact that she arrived only 10 minutes behind schedule without any help should be proof of her driving skills and an outstanding sense of direction. But it was clear everyone would make fun of her if she claimed anything like that, so she just attributed it to good luck. In the clearing at the end of the forest road, 2 fire trucks and 2 police vehicles from the mobile investigation team were already parked, with their red warning lights flashing. While admiring their fast arrival, the recently promoted detective. Oh, is she gonna be a buddy cop with Uishi? Oh, that would be really cool. Tomoe Minai opened the drive. She was mentioned in Yuigochi. Wait, wasn't she like the chief of police or something? Oh, that's nice for her. Opened the driver's side door, drew the white gloves from her inner pocket, and skillfully slipped them on both hands. As soon as the outside air struck her, Tomoe faintly smelled the irritating odor of burning trees. It was hot and humid, despite being close to midnight. She was surrounded by trees and foliage, yet nothing felt fresh. Huh?
未来警部、お疲れ様です。
Chief Inspector Minai, thank you for coming.
お疲れ様です。
Likewise.
現場は
Can you point me toward the scene?
あちらです。
It's over this way.
速水さんたちが先に到着しましたので、検証に立ち会っています。
Hayami-san's team arrived here first, so they have already enjoyed the investigation.
わかりました。
Understood.
と、
Oh, wait. Tomoe took a step, then looked back. The subordinate who had been riding with her finally emerged from the passenger seat, still sleepily rubbing his eyes.
ほら行くよ藤田くん。
Hey, let's go, Fujita-kun.
いつまで寝てるの。シャキッとしなさい。
How long are you going to sleep? Come on, shake it off.
けど
Oh!
さ
Damn! Hello, Fujita. Okay. Is it wrong that I shipped them already? I'm sorry. But, yeah, you're total Keiichi. But, Minai-san.
自分は張り込みで昨日から一睡もしてなくてちょうど寝るところを叩き起こされてきたんですから
I haven't slept since yesterday because of the stakeout. And I got woken up just as I was about to finally get some shut-eye.
おー
だからって上司に運転させて助手席でグースかとはいい度胸よね。
Is that your excuse for making your superior drive while you doze off in the passenger seat? You've got some nerve. Plus, Tomoe muttered to herself, glaring at her constantly yawning subordinate, I was up all night too.
そりゃ確かに申し訳ありませんでしたけど
Well, I'm really sorry about that.
にしてもミナイさん眠くないんですか
But still, aren't you sleepy, Minai-san?
昨日持ちようよ。
It's all in your frame of mind.
ボケた頭で刑事が務まるかっての。
After all, what good is a detective with a dull mind?
それに明日は年休なんだし戻ればいいやっていうほど寝れるじゃない。
Besides, tomorrow is a holiday, so you'll be able to sleep as much as you want when you get back.
タフというかなんていうか俺には真似できませんよ
You really are tough, huh? I can't compete with that.
とても同い年とは思えないっていうか
Yes! I was worried about that for a second! Okay. Are you and I really the same age?
ほう。
Huh?
女性に向かって年の話をするといい度胸してるじゃないの藤田巡査部長。
You've got some nerve to talk to a woman about her age, huh? Sergeant Fujita. Ah! You're lucky you're so goddamn cute. A wicked glint appeared in Tomoe's eyes. Being faced with a glare as terrifying as that of the legendary Medusa, the detective called Fujita broke into a cold sweat.
いや俺じゃなかった本家は別に
Oh no! I would never!
署に戻ったら始末書書く？
Oh god, I love these two already. Oh god, I love these two already. Is that bad? But I love these two already. When we get back, are you going to write that formal apology?
この前の万引きの現行犯逮捕の時、犯人思いっきりぶん投げて店のガラス3枚も割っちゃったのよね。
Oh my god, this is amazing! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Wow, okay! Okay, this is officially off to a better start than Yoigoshi. Damn! I love these two already! For the time when we were arresting that shoplifter, Andy threw him against the shop's glass and broke 3 panes.
あれやりすぎだって店長さんから苦情が来てたんだけど。
The shop owner filed a complaint, saying it was unnecessary force. Huh?
とりあえずあの時は目をつぶってあげたけど。
At the time, I looked the other way, because you know you're cute as a button.
ガラス代の弁償も経費で落とすのやっぱ申請却下するわね。
However, I could just drop the reimbursement application and leave you to cover the expenses.
あのガラス3枚とも特注らしいから結構値が張るみたいだけど、まあなんとかなるでしょう。
Apparently, the 3 glass panes were custom made, so they were pretty expensive.
but you'll manage to pay it somehow.
1ヶ月間昼食とパチンコをやめたら十分足りるだろうしねえ。
If you skip lunch and pachinko for a month, that should be enough, right?
すみません、警部。
Oh god, I love these two! I love them! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! I love these two so far! Oh my god! I'm sorry, Chief!
もう起きました。
Oh my god! I'm wide awake already!
ならよし。
Good.
行くわよ、藤田くん。
Let's get going, Vegeta-kun.
鬼。
You're a demon. You're damn right I am.
Oh, this is the Higurashi console arcs. Hello, Armora. These are all new characters for the Higurashi console arcs.
それじゃあ現場までご案内します。
Well then, I'll show you to the scene now. The detective who greeted Tomoe smiled bitterly and shrugged, leading them onward.
Yeah, he was literally just introduced, Armora.
The female police officer who just overwhelmed her subordinate was becoming famous back at the prefectural police headquarters. And regardless of her appearance, the first investigation division's clearance rating had become one of the best in the prefecture since she joined the department.
Yellow tape reading "No Trespassing" had already been hung near the base of the mountain path. Tomoe casually stepped over the tape, but suddenly frowned when her feet touched the wet ground.
あ、気をつけてください。
Oh, please be careful.
その辺りは結構濡れて滑りやすくなっていますから。
This area is pretty wet and it's easy to slip.
みたいですね。
Seems like it.
Tomoe wished that he had said that earlier. But not feeling like complaining for real, she pulled her foot out of the mud without letting the irritation show. And when she raised her eyes upward, she saw the gentle slope of the path was totally immersed in muddy black soil.
小規模の不審火だと聞きましたが、随分放水したんですね。
I heard there was a small fire, but it looks like they needed a lot of water to extinguish it.
消防団の話だと当初の火の勢いはものすごかったそうです。
When I spoke with the fire department, they said the initial momentum of the fire was terrible.
この辺りは樹木も多く、彼らが到着した時には周りにも延焼しかけていたので、念のためと聞いております。
There are a lot of trees around here, and when they arrived, the fire was starting to spread. So I heard they took precautionary measures.
この火災は柿内サービスエリアの通報だったんですよね。
This fire was reported in the Kakuichi service area, right?
っていうか、あそこから見えるなんてよっぽどの火力ですよ。
It must have been quite the fire to be visible from there.
そうね。
Right.
真夜中で電灯もないとはいえ、そう簡単に見える距離じゃないわ。
Even though it's the middle of the night and there's no electric lights nearby, it's not easy to see a fire from that distance.
I wonder if Tomoe has a sprite. I really love to see what she looks like. Tomoe nodded while looking back in the general direction of the Kakuichi service area, her nose twitching as soon as she noticed a strange smell in the air. In addition to the odor of the trees, she smelled oil, and the aroma of burning kerosene as well. And as she drew closer to the scene, that particular smell grew thicker, the smell of the tragedy waiting ahead. As they moved a little farther ahead, they encountered an opening in the forest with several men there, looking about with flashlights in hand. It was a gentle grassy area that hikers used as a resting place. Tomorrow, however, surely it would be rumored in other ways.
早見さん、
Hayami-san.
柿内署の未来警部が到着しました。
This is Chief Inspector Minai of Kakuichi Station.
ああ、お疲れ様です。
Oh, thank you for coming.
意外に早かったですね。迷いませんでしたか？
I think he's more of a Kinzo. You arrived surprisingly fast. You didn't get lost on the way?
ええ、
We didn't.
ずっと一本道でしたから、なんとか。
It was just a single road the whole time, so we managed somehow.
藤田くんはずっと寝てただけでしょうが。
Oh my god! These two! Oh my god, I love these two! I love these two so much. Please don't fuck it up, because I love these two so much. Oh god. I am just getting that laser-guided shipping instinct. Just like when Battler and Beatrice first appeared on screen together, that's what I feel with these two. Weren't you asleep the whole time?
それはともかく、状況は？
Anyway, what is the current situation?
まあ、無線で連絡した通りです。
Well, as you heard over the radio,
こんがりといい感じとでも言いましょうか。
it's well done, you could say. The elder detective Hayami lowered his shoulders. Just then, a young detective ran down the nearby slope and slipped past the three of them while holding his hands into his mouth.
ああ、だから見るのはやめとけって言ったのに。
Oh man, I've seen so many sci-fi horror movies where somebody comes in on the scene of a grisly murder, that was by some kind of weird alien or monster creature, and then there's the older police officers who's yeah, I've seen this, yeah, moving on, and then a younger police officer, they tell not to look. It's that stuff like this always happens in those movies. Oh man, and I told him not to look.
あいつしばらく肉食えんだろうな。
I guess he won't be eating meat for a while.
現場はこの先ですか？
Is the scene up ahead?
あ、はい。
Yes.
あ、警部はご覧いただかなくても、あとは我々が。
Oh, you don't have to look, Chief Inspector. We will handle everything ourselves. Even though she was his superior, Hayami, knowing he was being disrespectful, tried to gently stop Tomoe from looking, taking her inexperience, age, and gender into consideration. What a dick. However, Tomoe raised one hand and calmly asserted herself. Oh, God.
大丈夫です。慣れていますよ。
Oh, God. Oh, God. Ah, God. She's so badass. It's all right. I'm used to this sort of thing.
焼死体には
Dealing with burned corpses, that is. A barrel was illuminated by work lights near the center of the opening. The air quickly grew stagnant as they approached it. Tomoe took a step, and suddenly felt something was off. Before she had time to think, the shadow of something in the barrel caught her eye, and she went to investigate. Oh, I know what they're gonna find. She grabbed her flashlight and pointed it inside. Upon seeing what was inside, Tomoe's chest tightened in pain. She quietly meditated and said a prayer for the recently deceased.
ひどいもんです。
This is horrible.
頭のてっぺんからつま先まで真っ黒焦げですよ。
Burned to a crisp from head to toe.
確かに
Indeed.
着衣の有無もこれじゃほとんどわかりませんね。
It's impossible to tell if this person was even wearing clothes.
一応体型から女性じゃないかとの見立てですがね。
For what it's worth, based on the body shape, we think it belonged to a woman.
年齢は見ての通り不明です。
Her age is undetermined, as you can see.
まあ詳しいことは司法解剖してみないと判断できませんが。
Well, we won't learn much more until the autopsy is completed.
抵抗した様子はありませんね。
I don't see any evidence of resistance.
目立った外傷もざっと見たところ特になしか。
There aren't any wounds that stand out at first glance either. After muttering a prayer, Hayami noticed Tomoe fearlessly examining the body and let out a sigh. She was quite the courageous woman, so there was no surprise she was able to become a chief inspector at such a young age. In contrast, her subordinate cowered in fear behind her, unable to even look at the body.
さん、よく平気っすね。
Minai-san, how can you handle this so well? Cause I'm a stone cold badass bitch.
自分ここにいるだけで胸がムカムカしてきますよ。
Just being here is making me sick.
吐くなら向こうでしなさいよ。
If you're going to vomit, do it somewhere else.
現場汚したら蹴っ飛ばすから。
I'll kick your ass if you contaminate the crime scene. Okay.
ところで速水さん、消防団からの報告を聞かせていただけますか？
Oh god, Tomoe. Like, oh god, I so want her to be the main character of this story now, even though probably she isn't. It's probably that pigtail girl, the Natsumi Kimiyoshi that they mentioned in the opening. But damn, I wanted her to be the main character. I mean, I do want her to be the main character, but who knows? I'll probably like Natsumi too. Oh god, Tomoe, you're so cool. By the way, Hayami-san, could you tell me the latest status from the fire department?
Ah, hi.
Ah, of course. Hayami took out the black notebook from his breast pocket and flipped through the pages, reading aloud the statement he just received.
23時08分、柿内サービスエリア内の公衆電話から火災の方を受けて G ブロック担当部署より第3消防分団と消防車2台が到着。
After a fire was reported from a public phone in the Kakuichi service area, 3 fire brigades and 2 fire trucks arrived from the department in charge of G Block at 11:08 p.m.
同11分、放水及び消火活動を開始。火災に延焼の危険があったため、鎮火後も放水を継続。同19分、放水を終了。
This is something really interesting, a police procedural approach to Higurashi. I think that's a fascinating idea that fits really well within what Higurashi is. At 11:11 p.m., water discharge and firefighting activity began. Because there was a risk of the fire spreading, the discharge continued even after the fire was extinguished. At 11:19 p.m., water discharge ceased.
23時30分頃、火の出元と思われるドラム管内に人の焼死体らしき物体を発見し、消防車からの無線にて警察署へ通報。
At around 11:30 p.m., the firefighters discovered what seemed to be a burned corpse, stuck in the barrel that was thought to have been the source of the fire, and contacted the police via the fire truck radio.
その数分後に柿内署の機動捜査隊が現場に急行し、23時41分、早見以下当直の刑事が検証を開始。
A few minutes later, the Kakuichi Station Mobile Investigation Team rushed to the scene. At 11:41 p.m., a group of detectives, led by Hayami, that's me, began the investigation.
以上が消防団の数名に聞き込みを行った内容です。
That is everything the firefighters reported to me.
わかりました。
Yep, exactly, T. That's exactly what this is. It's the investigation of Takano, quote-unquote, Takano's corpse. I see.
それから周辺に何か遺留物を発見できましたか？
Then have you discovered anything left in the vicinity?
いえ、残念ながら。
No, unfortunately.
林道の終点からここまで可能な限り捜索しましたが、あいにく凶器らしきものも被害者の所持品の類も見当たりませんでした。
We searched all the way to the end of the forest road, but regrettably we couldn't find anything resembling a weapon, nor any of the victim's belongings.
もっとも夜が明けてから改めて捜索を行ってみないと断言はできない現状ですが。
We can't do much more in the dark, So we will try searching again in the morning.
なるほど。
I see.
そういえば車は？
Oh, by any chance, did you notice any cars? Tomoe asked Hayami, as the question crossed her mind. This forest is far from civilization. It would have taken a considerable amount of time to walk here on foot. Although Tomoe managed to drive here fine, this narrow, dimly lit forest road was quite dangerous. She didn't think anyone would be comfortable traveling here without a car. So if the victim rode here in a car, some trace of it may have been left behind. However, Hayami shook his head and answered.
いや、我々もそう思ったんですがね。
No, we thought of that too.
あいにく到着時にはそれらしき車両は見当たりませんでした。
Unfortunately, when we arrived, there were no vehicles here.
それから消防団にも確認したんですが、目の届く限り付近に不審な車は一台も見当たらなかったとのことです。
More Onikarkushi. I see, this is where it all started. I also checked with the fire department, but between all of us we found no traces of a car.
一台もですか？
Not a single one.
はい。
Right.
もちろんその他の移動手段についても周辺を探索しましたが、自転車すらも残されておりませんでしたね。
Of course, we tried to search for other means of transportation as well, but we didn't even find a bicycle.
ということは、被害者は誰かの運転で自動車などに乗ってきたか、運ばれてここに来た。
Which means that the victim was a passenger aboard someone else's car. Oh, there's a typo right here. Should be someone else's. There's an extra A there for no reason. Or was carried here in some way, other way.
そう考える方が自然でしょうか。
Isn't it natural to think so?
ええ。
Yeah.
そういう意味では自殺の線は消えましたな。
In that sense, suicide is no longer a possibility. Tomoe nodded in agreement. It was clear, even without going through past records, that the possibility of suicide, with the exception of a planned group suicide, was practically non-existent. And the possibility of an accident was slim for the same reason. If this was an accident, the victim's companion would have made an attempt to contact authorities.
ということは、やっぱ殺しで決まりですかね。
So in the end, we're going with murder?
おそらく。
Probably.
それに遺体の状況から見ても被害者が抵抗した様子は見受けられない。
Also, based on the condition of the body, the victim did not put up any resistance.
ということは焼き殺されたというよりも殺されてから焼かれたといったところでしょうか。
So, rather than being burned to death, was the victim killed first, and the body burned afterwards?
だとしても何もわざわざ焼かなくてもとは思いますけどね。
Even then, why bother with burning it?
藤田くん、知ってる？
Fujita-kun, did you know?
焼殺っていうのは加害者の感情が最も現れた方法と言われているのよ。
Burning the body is often used as a way to vent the perpetrator's emotions.
怨恨とか見せしめとかそういうこと。
To satisfy a grudge or to make a statement. You know, that sort of thing. Fujita had nothing to say to that explanation. Hayami, knowing Tomoe's past. Oh, she has a past! Oh my god, so that means she will be a main character eventually. That is awesome. Let out a sigh and deliberately stayed silent. Tomoe noticed the reaction and coughed awkwardly.
いずれにしても視界がはっきりしないこの状況で推測だけ先走っても仕方ないわ。
Either way, in the situation where details are scarce, there's not much point in guessing.
朝になって周辺が確認できるようになるまで現場は維持でお願いします。
Please keep an eye on the crime scene until we can see the surroundings in the morning. Is this an okay voice for her?
まあそれに加えて詳細は鑑識の結果待ち。
For those who know her character. That and waiting for the details from forensics.
というところなんですがね。
That's about all we can do right now. There was a missing period. Let's see. Yeah, there was a missing period in this line right here, after non-existent.
何か引っかかることでも？
Huh? What's the matter? Tomo was a bit confused by Hayami's choice of words, and then she suddenly looked around, before returning her gaze back to Hayami.
そういえば鑑識は？
Speaking of forensics, where are they?
まだ到着していないんですか？
Have they not arrived yet? Thanks, guys. Tomoe finally figured out what felt off to her. The forensics team was nowhere to be seen. When the mobile investigation team gets dispatched from the prefectural police headquarters, a few people in charge of forensics accompany them almost immediately. Even if they were dispatched to a different site, someone else is usually available.
道に迷っているんでしょうか？
Are they lost?
藤田君、車戻って無線かけてみて。
Vegeta-kun, head back to the car and try reaching them on the radio.
あ
Oh!
あ、いやいや、私らと一緒に来てたんですけどね。
No, they came with us, but
実はもう返しちゃったんですよ。
we sent them back already.
え？
Huh?
どうしてですか？
Why?
あ申し訳ないです。
I'm sorry.
私もついさっき気づいたんですけどね。
I also just
もう
noticed a while ago. Hayami scratched his head, continuing after some hesitation.
消防団からの連絡は柿内エリアの担当でしたからね。
The fire department contacted the Kakuichi area.
うっかりしてました。
I was careless.
ここお隣さんの管轄なんですよ。
This area is actually under a neighboring prefecture's jurisdiction.
え？
Huh? Oh god.
またですか？
Oh my god! Oh my god, Fujita is so adorable! Oh my god, Fujita! Again! Oh man! Oh my god! You're too cute! Oh my god! Before Tomoe could react, Fujita let out an embarrassing wail and looked up to the sky.
ちょっと藤田君、
Fujita-kun,
何なのその反応は？みっともない。
get a hold of yourself. What are you screaming for?
叫びたくもなりますよ。
What for?
ミナイさん、警部だって先月のあれを忘れたわけじゃないでしょ？
I can just picture a scene where he's all nervous trying to ask her out while she's kind of preoccupied with the case, thinking about something on the case, and he's just trying to ask her out for a cup of coffee to get to know her better, and they have banter and stuff, and they talk about their pasts, and just as he's about to try to make a move, she suddenly thinks of something, makes a break in the case and realizes something, and she's just like, excuse me, I gotta go, I just realized something, thanks Vegeta for the coffee. And he's like, oh man, again. I can just picture them having that kind of relationship, oh my god. Sorry. You haven't forgotten what happened last month either, have you, Minai Chief?
過ぎたことよ。
That's already behind us. Tomoe, maintaining a poker face, paid the complaints no heed. Fujita, however, was still stomping on the ground, scratching his head in frustration.
おいおい、現場を荒らすなよ。
Come on, don't disturb the crime scene.
泥跳ねてるっての。
You're splashing mud everywhere.
ああ、すいません。
Oh, sorry about that.
けど頭に来るのはしょうがないでしょ
But don't I have all the rights to be mad?
That's very awkwardly phrased. Oh no, Void Dweller. There's many more. This is the beginning by the way, welcome to the stream. This is the beginning of a long series of arcs with these new characters, whom I love already, so I am really looking forward to this.
こっちは言いがかりでひどい目にあったんですから
I was the one who paid for this kind of thing last time. Oh my god! Oh, Vegeta! Oh, poor Vegeta! Oh my god! Oh my god! This kind of thing the last time too.
ああ、そういえばあの時も南井警部と組んでいたのは君だったな。
Oh yeah, you were Chief Inspector Minai's partner at the time too, right?
そうですよ
Yeah!
逃走中の犯人車両を追跡して高速道路を越えたのは不可抗力だったってのに
This is I just want to read about their adventures. Now, as policemen. Like seriously. Like wow.
It wasn't our mistake that we crossed the highway while pursuing a fleeing criminal!
捜査管区の侵害行為だって何なんですか
Oh my god, Vegeta, you are adorable! Yet we got hit with a police jurisdiction violation!
普通に走れば追いつけると思ったんだけどね。
I would have been able to catch up to him if he drove normally.
犯人が一般車に衝突して停車させて道を塞いできたのは計算外だった。
But I didn't think he would crash into a civilian car and block the road. In fact, Tomoe's prefectural police and the prefectural police next door still aren't officially cooperating in wide area investigations. As such, in a case of a criminal crossing the prefectural border, or an investigation taking place across the border like today, there was an unspoken agreement between the two to just contact each other instead of violating each other's area of jurisdiction. Even if she didn't like it, Tomoe knew full well that border crossing was frowned upon. Thinking back on it, Tomoe now realized that getting mad at the criminal who had harmed civilians was a mistake, so she has a strong sense of justice. Tomoe didn't realize that she had crossed prefectural borders until after she forced the criminal to stop by the roadside, dragged him from the driver's seat, and handcuffed him.
でもだからってそれでなんで南井さんが戒告処分なんですか
But why was Minai-san reprimanded?
運転していたのは俺ですから南井さんに責任はないでしょ
Oh my god, Vegeta! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! I was the one driving, so she shouldn't have been responsible, right?
お前だったら減給になっていたよ。
Hello, James. Welcome to the stream. I am loving this so far.
Because if you were the one reprimanded, your pay would get cut. Just like Gumshoe and Ace Attorney.
結婚したてのくせに嫁
God damn it! No! My hopes and dreams were crushed! No! God damn it! No! God, my hopes and dreams. No! Fucking
It was a nice hour and a half.
Because if you were the one reprimanded, your pay would get cut. You just got married, right? How would your wife feel about that?
警部が肩代わりしてくれたことくらい理解しろ。
Don't you realize that Chief Inspector Mina I covered for you? Oh.
Well, it's no surprise that he got married. Look at him.
別にそれだけの理由じゃないですよ。
It's not like that was the only reason. Tomoe quickly interjected, hiding her relief. Looks like others thought she did it to cover up for Fujita as after all. She'd be lying if she said that wasn't her intention at all. But more than that, she couldn't forgive herself for making such a mistake, let alone for now owing the head of police, who also was kind of a natural enemy to her. Oh, I see. His intentions aren't bad, quite the opposite. He constantly... God damn it! Oh my god, interesting. Wow. So this is like a thing. Does she have a crush on him? But he's married, so she can't do anything. But thanks to certain awkward circumstances, she can't afford to accept his favors. Feeling like an ungrateful brat, Tomoe clicked her tongue in self-deprecation.
そもそも越境が予想された時点でお隣さんに捜査協力を申し出ておけば問題は起こらなかった。
In the first place, if I foresaw the border crossing and contact the neighboring department early on, asking to cooperate with them, none of this would have happened.
それを怠ったんだから先方の筋は通っている。
They have such good chemistry, though. Oh, well. They're still great characters, that's so far at least. In the first place, if I foresaw the border crossing and contacted the neighboring department early on, asking to cooperate with them, none of this would have happened. I failed to do that, so this is on me.
一応ね。
Officially, at least.
それに理由はどうあれ一般車両を巻き込んでしまったのは事実だし、あの後の交通整理で沢口署さんに迷惑をかけたのは確かなこと。
Plus, no matter the reason, it is true that a civilian vehicle got involved, which made things difficult for Sawaguchi Station traffic control.
だからこれは私の管理責任の問題よ。
That's why that was my responsibility.
けど
But...
それより速水さん、
More importantly, Hayami-san.
この件を隣の県警本部と沢口署さんに連絡は？
Have you contacted the neighboring police headquarters in Sawaguchi Station? Tomoe was grateful for Fujita's sympathy, but she ended the discussion right there. They had other problems to address. It was only a matter of time before Sawaguchi Station, the neighboring prefectural police that they were on such bad terms with, would notice something was up. As such, it would be best to inform them about the incident and hand it over right now, while the investigation is still in the early stages. And Hayami, having more than twice the experience of Tomoe, understood her intention completely.
その点は抜かりなく、ちょうど警部たちが到着する直前に全部済ませました。
Yes, I took care of everything before you arrived, of course.
鑑識の連中をさっさと引き上げさせたのは、つまりはそういうことです。
That's why I made the guys from forensics leave so soon too.
もし彼らがとどまっていたら、連絡もなしに現場検証を行うとは何事か。
If they were still here by the time the guys from Sawaguchi got here,
なんてことにもなりかねませんからね。
they would most likely tow us out for investigating the scene, without their letting them know first.
なるほど。英断です。
I see. A wise decision.
Being the hard-boiled cop he is, Hayami made the right call. Sending the forensics team away and leaving only the mobile investigation team on site will make it easier to justify their actions to the Sawaguchi police. They can claim that they rushed to the scene in response to a tip, but identified it to be outside their jurisdiction and opted to maintain the scene as is.
というわけですから、
We'll go with that.
警部たちも早いとこ引き上げた方がいいですね。
So it'd be better if you left soon too.
お隣さんもそろそろ到着する頃ですから、顔を合わせたりなんてしたらまた難癖つけられるでしょうし。
Our neighbors should be arriving soon, and seeing you here would just give them another thing to complain about.
そもそも気分悪いでしょう。
This place doesn't exactly make for a pleasant stay anyway, does it?
ですね。
True.
そうしますか、藤田くん。
Ready to leave, Vegeta-kun?
ただ。はいはい。
Yeah.
でもそれなら、なんで俺たちをここに？
Ah, but if that's the case, why are we even here? Fujita suddenly raised a question. They had radios, so they could have communicated the boundary issue much earlier. However, Hayami laughed and responded.
納得いかんでしょ
Wouldn't it be unfair?
林道に入ったら警部たちの書き打ち書の管轄。そこに今回の犯人が潜んでいるかもしれないのに、その犯行現場を確認しないままおめおめと引き返す。
The entrance to the forest road falls in the jurisdiction of Kakuichi Station. The culprit could have been hiding there, yet you'd have to turn back without even investigating the scene.
起訴としても真夜中に所轄さんを呼び出しておいて、土産もなく門前払いさせるのは不義理に当たりますからね。
Calling the jurisdiction officer in the middle of the night, even if she's part of the mobile investigation team, and then sending her back with empty hands would be unacceptable.
早見さん。
Hayami-san.
バタバタっとやっちゃったので申し訳ありませんが、一応現場と被害者の写真は鑑識に行って撮らせてあります。
Oh, Hayami, you're really nice after all. Oh, he's a nice guy. I got the forensics team to take photos of the crime scene and the victim, but it was all done in a hurry, so I'm sorry if they aren't up to snuff.
話は通しておきますので、何か関連の事件が起こった際には使ってやってください。
I'll run it by them, so feel free to ask for the photos if some related case pops up.
気を使わせましたね。
Thank you very much.
いえいえ、
Don't worry about it.
我々機捜は姫さんのファンですからね。
Here at the mobile investigation team, we're your fans, princess. Hayami let out a boisterous laugh, as if to dispel the sentimental mood. Tomoe wasn't very fond of the nickname, I can see, because that's really not her personality. But this time it was a little comforting.
それでは早見さん、
Well then, Hayami-san,
この後もお疲れ様ですが、沢口署さんへの引き継ぎをお願いします。
keep up the good work. I'll be counting on you to work things out with Sawaguchi Station.
了解しました、南井警部。
Understood, Chief Inspector Minai. Nodding, Tomoe turned around and descended the mountain path. Fujita wore a concerned expression while he followed her down. Fujita, who took over driving on the way back, was still feeling pretty angry.
藤田くん、そろそろ落ち着いたら？
Hey, Fujita-kun, how about you calm down already?
しかしですね、南井さん。
But this is terrible, Minai-san!
もう過ぎたことよ。
You can let it go. It's already behind us. That said, Tomoe turned to look at the scenery flowing outside the window. Right. It was already over. But, just like Detective Fujita said, she definitely didn't forget. Even now, Tomoe remembered the persistent mockery and the warped and greedy attitude of the inspector from Sawaguchi Station. She remembered his haughty way of speaking, as if he had caught the most wanted criminal. Later, she heard that the man had failed the chief inspector promotion exam many times, and held a grudge against Tomoe, who earned that promotion before her 30s. It's not like being a female manager hasn't invited a lot of prejudice and curious eyes before. As such, she thought she was used to that kind of thing, but that was the first time she got met with so much obvious and unreserved malice. Damn. Consequently, on the night she became drunk enough to dull her consciousness, she somehow traveled to her sister Madoka's house around midnight, saving the world as a magical girl. The next moment, her sister didn't ask anything about the previous night. She only greeted her with a good morning and served an unusually good breakfast, along with Tomoe's favorite coffee. Aww!
それにしても
Even so,
何？
what is it?
ミナイさんは広域捜査官の肩書きもお持ちなんでしょ？
Minai-san, you have the title of regional investigator, don't you?
だったら越境捜査を行うことに問題はないはずじゃないですか。
In that case, should jurisdiction boundaries be a problem at all?
さっきも言ったけど、お隣の県警さんとは協定について現在も調整中。
I told you before, we are still negotiating an agreement with the prefectural police next door.
それに、こっちの県警本部長と向こうの本部長って以前から県営の中らしいから。
Plus, the chief of our prefectural headquarters and the chief of over there have always fought like cats and dogs.
当分はまとまることもなさそうね。
It's unlikely that things will be settled anytime soon.
そんなの変ですよ。
That sounds complicated.
まったく。
Yeah, absolutely.
刑事魂と桜の大門が聞いて呆れるわ。
They should be ashamed. Plus, Detective Fujita didn't have to remind her. Tomoe had already repeatedly appealed to the necessity of the regional investigation. If anything, Tomoe herself was even more angered and frustrated than him, as her pleas still bore no fruit. Even the police have different opinions and values from prefecture to prefecture. Their strong regional loyalties cause the actions to become selfish, inefficient, and vertically divided. The boundary between the two prefectures near Kakuichi Station symbolized this fact perfectly.
前の県警の方がよっぽどマシだったかもね。
My previous post in the prefectural police was a lot better.
なんでこんなとこに来ちゃったんだろうな。
Why did I even come to this place?
ミナイさん。
Minai-san. It was disappointing. She yearned to become the kind of policeman her father was, as the main office promised her. But every advancement in life was met by unreasonable conflict. She felt pathetic. She longed to be a symbol of justice, to be proud to following the image of her father. I wonder who her father is. But little by little, she couldn't help but doubt that this was anything more than an empty fantasy.
もう
This again!
せっかく納得しようとしてたのに、藤田君のおかげでまた怒りがぶり返してきたじゃないの。
I had nearly moved on, but your outburst brought this all back again.
え
Huh?
俺のせいですか？
Is this my fault? My god, the chemistry between these two is amazing. I love their chemistry. On a side note, I'm glad that they told us this early in the story that Fujita was married, because if they had saved that for later, I would have been just like so fucking devastated. Because they have incredible chemistry already.
そうよ。
That's right.
こうなったらやけ食いしてやる。
When things get like this, I resort to binge eating. Oh my god! Just as she said that, Tomoe spotted a sign for a hamburger shop on the side of the road. 1 kilometer ahead, open 24 hours, was written there in large text.
藤田君、この先ドライブスルーがあるって。
Oh my god! Oh, she's really cute too! Fujita-kun, there's a drive-thru up ahead. I demand a Big Mac!
次の料金所近いからちょっと降りて寄ってくれない？
Since there's a toll booth coming up, could we drop in for a little while, pretty please?
今からですか？
Right now?
まだ午前の2時ですよ。
Isn't it almost 2 a.m.? There's no bad time for a Big Mac.
たまにはいいじゃないの。
It doesn't hurt once in a while.
24時間営業みたいだし、お店に迷惑かけるわけじゃないから全然問題なし。
Looks like they're open 24 hours, and it's not like we'll bother them. There's no issue.
というか南さん、よく肉空気になりますね。
I mean, Minai-san, you're up for eating meat?
そのタフな精神が本当に羨ましいです。
I envy your tough spirit.
けど太りますよ。
Oh my god, Vegeta! But won't you get fat?
んだと
What did you just say?
決めた。ハンバーガー藤田くんにもおごってあげるから。
Ah, it's decided. Hamburgers. Vegeta-kun, you're getting one too. I think I'll get you a double quarter pounder.
だからこれ命令、必ず食べるように。
So, this is an order. You have to eat one. Oh my god, James! Oh my god, I didn't see it before! Welcome to the stream, James! And back with ever with the funniest comments. Fujita says, who would order a Krabby Patty at 3 a.m.? And Tomo is like, oh boy, 3 a.m. Literally! Oh my god!
ちょっと
Wait a minute!
無理ですよ。
That's unreasonable!
南さんと違って俺胃に入りませんって。
I'm not like you. I don't have the stomach for it!
却下。
Denied.
ちなみに完食できなきゃ始末書ね。
By the way, if you don't eat the whole thing, I'll have you write that formal apology.
頑張ってね。
Good luck.
あんたやっぱり鬼です。
You really are a demon. You're goddamn right.
それにしても。
Oh! That's what she looks like! Oh, wow. Okay, I think this voice does fit her then. Okay. Oh my god. Oh my god. This is off to an incredible start. Even so.
なんですか？
What is it? While she gazed at the flowering scenery outside the window, Tomoe muttered softly.
もしあれが殺人だとしたら、
If that was a murder,
犯人はどういう意図だったんだろ
what was the killer's intention? Burning the victim or burning a corpse deep in the mountains? They seemed like plausible scenarios at first glance, but there was actually a major contradiction. The main advantage of committing a crime deep in the mountains was the length of time until discovery. Prolonging the time until the crime was discovered would have given the culprit that much more time to flee, and would have made the police investigation more difficult as well. However, in this case, the criminal announced the crime by lighting the suspicious fire that drew the police to the scene. So why did they commit murder so deep in the mountains? And why did they leave the corpse there like that?
う。藤田くんはどう思う？
Fujita-kun, what do you think
この事件。
about this incident?
むしろ聞きたいのは俺の方ですよ。
Rather, I wanted to know that myself.
南さんこそどうですか？
Minai-san, how did this happen and why? Of course, Tomoe had no answer. However, someone chose such a troubling place for a mere murder and left them with this strange mystery. The lingering uncertainty brought an ache to Tomoe's chest. What an opening chapter! Of course, we're not stopping. But damn! Wow!
Natsumi!
And now back to Natsumi. I'm going to leave you guys on a slight cliffhanger. No, I'm not going, don't worry. I just have to go to the bathroom. I will be right back. Okay, we're back. Natsumi! I heard a loud voice sharply calling me. The surreal experience forced me out of my dream.
Natsumi!
Natsumi!
いつまで寝てるの?
How long are you gonna sleep? Needless to say, it was my mom's voice. Thump, thump, thump. I heard the sound of footsteps climbing the stairs and approaching. I pulled a blanket over my head to block the sound. Waking up would have been a waste. I wanted to go back to dreaming. However, Mom opened the door to my room with no regard for my modest happiness and slowly entered my room.
いつまで寝てるの? ほら、Natsumi!
How long are you gonna sleep? Hey, Natsumi! Illegal entry into a teenage girl's room. This was a huge violation of my privacy. I exaggeratedly murmured this in my sleep. Of course, that didn't reach Mom's ears.
どうせ昨日も夜更かししたんでしょう.
You were up late again yesterday again, weren't you?
夜起きて朝寝るなんて生活、体に毒なのよ.
Staying up all night and sleeping all morning is poisoning your body. That's what I used to do all the fucking time. Jeez. I am a night person, if you can't tell by when I hold these streams. Not a morning person. So noisy, but Mom was right about that. I wasn't getting enough sleep. Anyway, the homework assigned yesterday was awful. Banging my head to complete it by today took a tremendous amount of time. Still, staying up late at night playing was problematic, but I wondered if missing sleep due to studying was more acceptable. I don't think she is mean. Oh wait, she just wants to get her up. She's not being mean.
まさか、授業中に昼寝なんてしてないでしょうね.
She's just being concerned. Wow, you haven't been sleeping in class, have you?
最近ご飯もあんまり食べないし、お菓子じゃ大きくなれないわよ.
You haven't been eating your dinner recently. You can't grow bigger just eating sweets. Well, I mean, you can, but not in the way you want. No, this is back to 1983, Void Dweller. God, Mom, you're pretty energetic early in the morning. Vaguely thinking that, I realized that Mom was starting to go off on another of her never-ending rants, so I tried to escape to the safe zone of my futon. But my enemy was formidable. In the blink of an eye, whoosh, my blanket was snatched and thrown aside. Give me a break. You'll be late for school. Oh. Mom, I'm a protagonist.
ちょっと夏美、それは返事なの?
Think of it, this is an RPG. The rule says you have to, it always has to begin with the mother waking you up from oversleeping. Hey, Natsumi, was that a reply?
ただの寝言?
We're just sleep talking. Oh.
まったく.
Seriously. I'm gonna see if Jessica voice works for her. And I'll be open to changing it if it doesn't. Seriously.
お母さんちゃんと起こしたからね.
I did try to wake you up, okay? After a small sigh, Mom left the room. I listened to confirm she was gone, then used my toes to grab the blanket that fell under the bed and pulled it up. Then I was about to fall into a world of peaceful sleep again. Wow. Good. This is a lot of relatability right here. I love sleeping in the morning as well. Mom probably doesn't know how stressful it is to attend school in the city. Sleep should not be taken lightly. Plus, it's tiring trying to get along with unfamiliar people. And I couldn't have predicted that city life would be so different from the town I came from. It's a big deal with a huge handicap and a lot of stress. Her voice is very soft. Okay. Apparition. Okay, I'll keep that in mind. Thank you for telling me. I remembered my introduction on my first day at the new school. On my homeroom teacher's urging, I stood at the corner of the podium, scared. In front of me was a classmate raised in the city that I couldn't believe was the same age. Everyone looked so cute, so cool. I, on the other hand, was bashfully wearing an unfamiliar uniform, like a little kid at the Shichigo-san festival. At the 4153 festival? Wait, what? What kind of festival is that? The 4153 festival. It made me feel strongly out of place, as if I suddenly appeared in a school drama on TV.
沖宮から来た君吉夏美です。
I see, that's her voice. Okay. I came here from Okonomiya. I'm Natsumi Kimiyoshi.
よろしくお願いします。
Nice to meet you. Finally, the greeting was over. But for everyone in class, Okonomiya was a place they had never, ever heard of. So they responded flabbergasted. And as soon as class began, the teacher started writing words and formulas that seemed to be from another world. It was a battle of knowledge I had never seen before.
こんなの習ってない。
Was I ever taught anything like this? I'm gonna field a couple of things until I find something that fits. Although I managed to open a textbook somehow, the beginning of a difficult problem was already written on the blackboard. I desperately copied it into my notebook, and even though I wanted to hear it, the explanation. The teacher only spoke about the main points and quickly moved on to the next topic. Oh, Shichi is 7. I thought she is 4 and Ichi is 1. Okay, so it's the 753 festival. Okay. And it's held on November 15th to celebrate the growth and well-being of young children. Thanks, Oe. The teacher only spoke about the main points and quickly moved on to the next topic. Oh, that sucks. At the speed we were progressing, I had no chance to ask questions. I had to move my pencil with breathtaking speed. And to my surprise, the other students maintained their composure while writing in their notebooks. At the point where I was no longer able to catch up, I seemed to lose sight of the destination and became a lost child. I didn't even have a chance to speak up. And surprisingly, the other students continued writing in their notebooks without losing their composure. I couldn't believe it. I was so far from catching up, I didn't know where I should aim. I was completely lost.
うちが近いからってもう少しよく考えるべきだったかも。
Oh, because home is so close. Maybe I should have thought this a little more. Now, I thought, it was too late to even keep up in the city. My precious time had already ended, and it saddened me. And the most troubling part, during break time, I could overhear everyone loudly talking. These girls were chatting about their favorite brand at some trendy shop, about men putting on makeup, bands, magazines they don't sell in Okonomiya, and love stories. Words I had never heard before were flying back and forth at high speed. Even with my full attention focused on listening, none of it made any sense. I could hardly believe we spoke the same language. It was communication from a foreign culture. Meanwhile, I just felt like an alien. My first day was only beginning, and my longing for a city life was transformed into anxiety and disappointment. I was overwhelmed. What should I do? Will tomorrow be any better for me? And then, while I was feeling beaten, there was exactly when a helping hand was extended to me.
何かお困りかね転校生さん
Do you need any help? Do you need any help, transfer student?
やこんちは
Hello.
今日もいい天気だね
Nice weather we're having today. I was holding my head down at my desk alone when I heard a voice beside me and looked up. There, a cheerful girl with pigtails was staring at me with a smile on her face.
はい
Yeah.
こんにちは
Hello. I think, you know what? I think that works. I rushed up right quickly and struggled to squeeze out a reply. Suddenly, I turned my eyes out the window. Good weather. But today it's raining. Interesting, aren't you? Huh?
あ
Me? Apparently, I'd mistakenly expressed a sentiment from my heart. Then, when I saw laughter rising to this girl's face, I knew I was being made fun of. Of course, come on! I put everything I had into an angry glare. Then...
ああごめんごめん
sorry.
それよりさ
Leaving that aside. She seems very friendly. I opened my mouth just a bit to reply and bare the whites of my teeth, trying to get control of the situation from this girl.
挨拶代わりにちょっと聞きたいんだけど
Instead of a greeting, I'd like to ask you something.
あなた何か病気してない
Are you feeling sick?
おへん
I stupidly raised my voice upon hearing that unexpected question. I'm sure my eyes turned into dots and my mouth was half open.
別に
Not really.
私しばらく風邪もひいてませんが。
I haven't got cold in a while.
本当に？
Really?
体が重いとか熱っぽいとかは？
Is your body heavy or feverish?
あ、腹痛でも恥ずかしがらずに正直に言ってみてよ。
You know what? I think Kirie actually fits you. Oh, don't be shy. Even if it's just a stomach ache. Try to be honest, okay?
女同士なんだからさ。
Cause we're fellow girls here.
私本当に何も。
Well, really it's nothing. Nothing. It must be. Hopefully she will be the first girl who gets the Kirie voice who doesn't turn out to be a psychopath. In response to that, the girl standing before my eyes looked straight at me. It was making me more and more anxious. First off, who asks, "Are you sick?" as the first thing you say to a girl you don't know? Am I acting so obliviously abnormal that even a stranger can see it?
私
Do I?
そんなに顔色悪いですか？
Does my complexion look pale to you?
いや全然。
No, not at all.
むしろ健康そのもの。
Y'all look like the image of health itself. Shake, shake. That was completely unexpected. I struggled to avoid falling out of my chair. If I fell over here, by tomorrow everyone would be laughing at me. Not joking.
なんですかあなたは？
What's wrong with you?
いきなり。
All of a sudden.
でもさ、
Well,
病気ってのはパッと見だとわからないもんだよ。
I couldn't tell if you were sick just by looking at you, could I?
特にやばい病ほど体の奥深くに潜伏するものだから気づいた時には手遅れとかよくある話でさ。
If it's deep inside your body, you might not notice until it's too late. It's a common story.
そうなんですか？
Is that so?
そうなんだよ転校生さん。
Oh my god. Right. That's right, transfer student. You believe that? 100%.
私君吉です。
Oh, my name is Kimiyoshi.
君吉夏美。
Natsumi Kimiyoshi. Yeah! I shyly repeated my name the same way I said it during homeroom this morning, and the pigtailed girl grabbed me by the shoulders and looked into my eyes with a twinkle star in her eyes.
そうなんだよ君吉さん。
Right. That's it, Kimiyoshi-san.
いやこの際だからフレンドリーに言わせてもらおう夏美さん。
Oh, she's cute. No, actually, let me refer to y'all in a more friendly way. Natsumi-san.
病気というものは怖い。
Illnesses are scary.
とっても怖い。
Very scary.
初めは大したことないと思って放置していたらあっという間に悪化して取り返しがつかなくなる。
How topical. At first, it may seem like it's not a big deal, but your symptoms can quickly deteriorate, and you may not recover.
そうなったら怖いでしょ？
Wouldn't that be scary?
怖いよね。
It's scary, huh?
いや怖いはずだ。
No, y'all should be scared.
違うか。
Don't you agree?
はい。
Yes.
怖いです。
I'm scared.
そこでだ。
That's it.
そのためにも医学において重要なのは現在健康であることではない。
That's why being healthy right now is not the most important facet of medicine.
これから健康でいられるかというその一点に尽きるのだ。
Because can I be healthy in the future is the key point.
つまりそれは何か。
In other words,
それは隠れ潜む病気を早期にあぶり出し発見し撲滅すること。
it's discovering hidden diseases early on and properly eliminating them.
その結果として得られるのが家内安全七国宝章焼肉定食だ。
And the end result is a safe family, a healthy nation, and good food on your plate.
であるからして今は健康だと思っていても定期的に健康診断を行うことがこの先長きにわたって日本を支えていく若人としての義務いや使命。
So, if y'all even think right now that you're healthy, getting regular medical checkups is your long-term duty to support Japan. No, it's your mission.
ロイヤルデューティーフリーなのだ。
Loyal duty! That's it!
De, あんたは何が言いたいわけ?
Oh, I love her voice. So, what are you trying to say?
悪いことは言わない。
I won't say anything bad.
うちの病院に入院しなさい。
Check yourself into my hospital.
あ、なんならこの私がこの手で事前にじっくりねっとり予備診断を。
Oh my god! Oh, man! Well, or if you'd like, I could take my time giving you a preliminary diagnosis with my very hands.
そのワキワキと動く手はやめんか。
Oh my god! Jeez! Damn! I love the effort they're putting into giving all these new characters a strong first impression. Stop waving your hands erratically. Suddenly, I mainly did it because of the pigtails. But yeah, it turns out it's fitting quite with juice. Oh, that's really nice, James. That's really interesting. They've never seen it before. Suddenly, an unknown girl delivered a blow to the back of her head, and the girl with the pigtails fell to the floor screaming.
痛いな。
That hurt.
いきなり何すんのさ、タマコ。
What was that all of a sudden, Tamako? Surprisingly, however, the pigtail girl was able to stand up and turn to her assailant. Unlike me, who was stunned just watching, the other girl broke in swinging a dictionary. She sighed with exasperation and then began to speak.
それはそのまま私のセリフだっつの千里。
I'd ask you the same thing, Chisato.
初対面の子を不安がらせて楽しいのか、あんたは。
Yeah, I think Belphegor is good for her. Do you think enjoying making a girl you just met feel anxious?
彼女は転校してきたばかりなのに、明日から登校拒否にでもさせる気?
Even though she just transferred here, are you trying to make her refuse to come to school tomorrow?
失礼なことを言うわね、あんたは。
Well, that's rude of y'all to say.
私はとてもフレンドリーに自己紹介も兼ねて君吉さんに話しかけていただけよ。
I love how she says friendly in English. I was being very friendly, introducing myself to Kimiyoshi-san.
今の会話がフレンドリー?
Is the current conversation still friendly?
キャッチバーのお兄さんの方がよっぽど親しみあるっつの。
Oh my god! I love... Damn! What an excellent, what amazing first impressions we're getting from everybody. It's friendly like an old man in a swingers bar.
お願いだから、この学校のイメージをガタガタにしないでちょうだい。
So please, try to avoid rattling this school's image.
この程度の和訳茶でガタガタになる学校なんて将来が知れるというものよ。
Schools rattled by this kind of scandal will become infamous in the future. I can tell. I was written in the far off year 2006.
これからの時代は個性をいかに伸ばすかに教育の重きを置くべきなのよ。
In the future, you ought to... Oh no! Oh my god! Really? Oh my god! You're right, James! Holy shit! You ought to educate yourself on how to extend your personality.
目指すはナンバーワンではなくロンリーワンってやつよ。
Aiming for number one, or you'll end up a lonely one.
それを言うならオンリーワンだっつの。
Jesus, these two are like a freaking comedy act. Oh wow. Saying that, maybe you're more of an only one.
あんたは孤独を愛する銀融詩人か。
Jeez. And why are you talking like a loneliness-loving minstrel? A high-tempo conversation between these two girls was unfolding right in front of me. It was amusing, but it was so fast I could barely keep up. And when she finally noticed my surprise, the girl playing the part of the straight man in this... Oh, exactly! Okay, so it's not just me! The girl playing the part of the straight man in this comedy looked at me. Her smooth light hair was cut a little above the shoulders. Really light? It's not light hair. It's a pretty dark color. This girl was pretty good looking.
ごめんごめん、横で大騒ぎしちゃって。
Sorry. We're making a bit of a big fuss over here.
びっくりしたでしょ？
It's startling, huh? This is our act for the talent show. What do you think? I really like it!
ああ、いえ、その。
No, it's...
はい。
Yeah!
正直でよろしい。
Glad you're being honest.
改めて、はじめまして。私は牧村玉子。
Let's start over. I'm Tamako Makimura.
このクラスの学級委員長をやっています。
Oh! I'm this class's class president.
よろしくね、君吉さん。
Nice to meet you, Kimiyoshi-san.
はい。
Yes!
こちらこそよろしくお願いします。
you know what? I'm gonna try with her a softer Erica. Likewise, pleased to meet you.
で、私は
And I'm...
この子は1分以内に忘れていい。
Oh my god! Seriously, I'm loving all these new characters. They're making amazing first impressions. Oh, you can forget this girl within a minute.
見かけは変だけど、中身もやっぱり変だから。
She appears strange on the outside, and she's strange on the inside too.
おいこら
Hey!
友達に向かってそりゃどういう了見だ
Yeah, what kind of thing is there to say about a friend?
友達？誰が？
Oh my god! Savage Tamako! My god! Looking at her, you would not expect her to have that kind of personality. And that's what makes it so goddamn hilarious. A friend? Who?
もう許さ
Yeah! It's out! Makimura-san was quick to take action. She angrily raised her hands toward the pig-tailed girl, swinging a dictionary at him in contact. The front cover vigorously smacked into the other girl's face. Then she fell dramatically on the spot. Oh my god, James, you too? Yes! She looks like Wendy! The Wendy's girl! Yes! That's what Chisato looks like. She looks like Wendy! The Wendy's mascot. That's exactly what she looks like. And then she fell dramatically on the spot. I was seeing an impressive brawl, but when I looked around, the surrounding reaction was cold. Rather, the people around even looked sympathetic. Perhaps these two had exchanges like this in class every day. But the whites of this girl's eyes were peeling. Has she collapsed?
大丈夫ですか？
Are you okay?
ああ、平気平気。
Oh, it's no problem.
見かけ以上に頑丈にできてるから、この子は。
That girl is sturdier than she looks.
それに、なんせ佐伯大病院のご令嬢さんだからね。
I see. Okay, that's why she was saying that before. Plus, her family runs Psyche Major Hospital, you see.
もし大ごとになっても、最高の医療で手当てしてもらえるから、問題なし。
If anything serious happened, she would receive the best medical care possible. So there's no problem.
そういう問題じゃ。
I don't think that's the problem. Huh? Psyche. When I heard that name, I suddenly remembered. Come to think of it, I went to the biggest general hospital in this town with Grandma on the day I moved here, and I feel like Psyche Hospital was its name. Then could it be?
そう
That's right.
知る人ぞ知る佐伯病院の一人娘なのだよ私は
I'm the only daughter of the family running the well-known Psyche Hospital.
あ、自己紹介まだだったね
Ah, I haven't introduced myself yet.
私は佐伯千里
I'm Chisato Psyche.
よろしくね。
Nice to meet you. I haven't noticed her recovery, but Saki-san had apparently gotten up. She seemed to be acting grandly like a lady, but her dignity was compromised by the swelling on her nose.
あと呼び方はちーちゃんでもちーでも何でもご自由に。
Also, feel free to call me Chi-chan, Chi, or anything y'all please.
よろしくお願いします。
Pleased to meet you, Saki-san.
いやー、ちーって呼んでよ。
No, Chi's what I want you to call me. I love chubits. Ah! Suddenly, I was being hugged and instinctively. Damn! Chisato! Are y'all into the Yuri? I don't know. The last time I assumed that things went really poorly, but it seems like it, based on what she said earlier. I'm gonna strike that down as a maybe. Suddenly, I was being hugged and instinctively let out a fierce cry. This Saki-san might be a dangerous person.
くるひです。
I can't breathe. Let me go.
やめなさいっての、千里。
Please stop this, Chisato. You do this with every girl.
君吉さんマジで弾いてるじゃないの。
Kimiyoshi-san's really struggling there.
私のことをちーって呼ぶお願いを聞いてくれたら話してあげるけど。
If y'all refer to me as Chi, I'll leave you alone.
そりゃお願いじゃなくて脅迫だ。
Oh my god! Jeez. That's not a request. It's a threat.
それより鼻水拭きなさい。ほれ。
Also, you should wipe the snot off your nose.
あ、本当だ。
Oh, you're right.
って誰のせいだ、誰の。
Who's responsible for this? Who? When Saki-san finally released me, she snatched a tissue from Makimura-san and angrily blew her nose. Despite the current situation, more than anything, there was something I had to confirm.
何、君吉さん。
Huh? What is it, Kimiyoshi-san?
その、
That,
それで私、どこが悪いんでしょうか。
about me. How do I look ill?
え？
Huh? A blank look. Makimura-san and Saki-san widened their eyes and looked at my face. Maybe what I asked was a mistake? But if I actually look sick, I need to go to the doctor as soon as possible. What's going on? Then. I like y'all, Kimiyoshi-san!
あなたナイスキャラ。
You're a nice character. Just the perfect kind of deadpan protagonist that we can play off of. Not only Saiki-san, but Makimura-san too. They both burst into laughter at once. I didn't understand the meaning behind their sudden burst of laughter. Well, I scratched. Oh no! Already? Oh god. Oh no. While I scratched my neck, my eyes began to water, and I started to panic. I didn't think it was that funny, but their laughter grew even bigger. That was my first encounter with those two. Oh, good, they did become friends. Since that day, the two of them have been my best friends, and they taught me all about the city. Excellent tips like how to wear my school uniform, how to apply colored lipstick, morning shampoo, how to make friends, and more. They taught me a lot I didn't know about how to live this life. And the three of us would go on what we call extracurricular lessons, going to a busy place like the front of the station, going shopping, watching movies, chatting over fast food. I wasn't good with crowds, but everything felt fresh and it was fun. This urban life was full of anxiety, but thanks to my two friends, I was gradually growing familiar with it and beginning to enjoy it. And a year later, I became accustomed to my life now, finding things I wanted to do little by little. This city girl wanted to improve her grades more and more. All right, you're speaking my language. Oh, this chapter has about 40 minutes left. Damn, apparition. But there's a good stopping point soon. That's good. Thank you, apparition. You're so awesome. And then, more than anything, like most girls, I wanted to fall in love. Oh, yes! If wishes come true, like the hero of a romance manga I read before, that person.
そうだ。千里ちゃんに借りていたあの漫画返さなくちゃ。
Yes, you're speaking my language, Natsumi! Y'all know who's reading this Let's Play. Right, I have to return that manga I borrowed from Chisato-san.
たまこちゃんにはカセットテープを貸して。
And lend that cassette tape to Tamako-chan. My brain slowly awakened, and I began to wonder what time it is right now. I looked at the bedside alarm clock with my sleepy eyes. Oh no! I'm late, very late! Are you gonna run to school with a piece of toast in your mouth? No way! What should I do? I jumped in a hurry, threw off my pajamas, and put on my uniform. There was no time for a morning shampoo. I at least tried to comb my hair with a brush, but it was so tangled that I couldn't fix it. Oh, gross! What is this? Besides, the person reflected in the mirror looked different from yesterday. There were huge pimples on her forehead. Oh, there's a typo here. Should be on. Sitting there like uninvited guests. Just pop him, Natsumi. That's what I always did. You get a red bump, but it looks a lot more attractive than a freaking pimple. I can't go to school like this! I have to hide it! It's better to be late than show up looking uncool. Chisato-chan overslept like this once before, and carelessly came to school wearing a nightcap. Oh my god. For a while, our classmates referred to her as the Nightcapper. That sounds pretty badass, actually. There are much worse nicknames. Oh, there we go. Yeah, exactly. But Chisato-chan was okay with it. She was cheerfully laughing along with them. I just can't understand the depth of her heart and her unlimited values. Wait, that sort of thing doesn't really matter. It's not working! I struggled hard to hide my acne with bangs. Somehow I succeeded, but it took a long time and I only finished at the last minute. Oh, I'm late! Mom, why didn't you wake me up? Satisfied that I somehow managed to deal with my appearance, I ran down the stairs toward the dining room table and saw Mom having a relaxing breakfast. What a sleepyhead. I tried to wake you. You didn't respond. That was not an answer! Then, forget it! Would you like to have breakfast?
そんな暇ないよ。
You know there's no time for that!
夏美、あんたまさかダイエットしてるの？
Natsumi, are you on a diet?
そんな不健康で不健全なことお母さん許しませんよ。
That's an unhealthy, unsound thing. Your mother won't forgive it. Really, that's a very unusual thing for a parent to say, I would think.
そうじゃないってば。
That's not it, okay? How does she interpret the situation that way? Where did this diet idea come from? Mom sometimes made flimsy remarks like this, like some kind of uncultured person. Mom insisted I should have breakfast, but I headed for the bathroom. There, I ran into Dad trimming his beard. I bashfully apologized and quickly washed my face. It was a rather rough wash. I couldn't complain about it, but Dad continued shaving behind me. I love having a kind and gentle father, but I can't always depend on him to act that way. But I guess that's inevitable, since he lives surrounded by 3 ladies. Besides, I could never imagine Dad exploding at a little word like Mom does. Oh, does she have a sister?
なんだ夏美。
What is it, Natsumi?
思い出し笑いか。
Are you laughing at something? Through the mirror, I saw Dad tilting his head when he saw me giggle.
なんでもないよ。
No, it's nothing.
なんだかうちってすっごく平和だなって。
Well, I just thought our house was really peaceful.
そうかな。
Is that so?
まあ確かに平和が一番。父さんの若い頃はな、ラブ&ピース。
Oh my god, he was a hippie. That's so cool. Well, sure, peace is the best. When I was young, love and peace. Love and peace, man. Whoa. You know what? Actually, I'm gonna give him the Amakusa voice.
なんか古い。
Dad, you're so old!
ってそれどころじゃなかった。
That's not what I meant! When I see a picture of a school would be a good point to stop. Okay. Thank you, Apparition. Thank you so much. Shutting out the story about Dad's youth, I struggled with my tangled hair again. I managed to deal with the acne, but I was upset with all the sleepyhead hair. Maybe I should shorten it like Tamako-chan.
Natsumi-chan.
Natsumi-chan. Huh? Looking back at the voice from behind me, Grandma was inviting me to the door.
何おばあちゃん。
What is it, Grandma?
私急いで。
I'm in a hurry.
急いでるならおばあちゃんが髪言ってあげようか。
If you're in a hurry, should I tie your hair up?
本
Really? Ever since I was little, I loved having Grandma do my hair. Her hands were wrinkly but warm. She's able to style my hair better and faster than I could do on my own. Besides, it was comforting to have Grandma gently stroking my hair.
夏美ちゃん、髪伸びたね。
Natsumi-chan, your hair is getting long.
お母さんより
Longer than Mom's?
うんうん。
Yes, yes.
あの子も綺麗な髪だからね。
That girl has beautiful hair, too. Grandma smiled and narrowed her eyes. Come to think of it, the neighbors often praised Mom for her beautiful hair. That sort of thing never happens for me, though, I humbly said with a blank expression. That would be like saying the side dishes at dinner are luxurious.
でもちょっと長すぎるかもね。
But it might be getting a bit too long.
なんならおばあちゃんが切ってあげようか。
Would you like Grandma to cut it for you?
いいよ。
It's fine.
この町の子はみんな美容師さんに切ってもらうんだから。
Everyone in the city goes to a hairdresser to get a cut.
そうなのかい？
Is that so?
雑誌モデルとか芸能人がよくやってる流行の髪型があってね。
Yeah, they do fashionable hairstyles like the kind you see on magazine models for celebrities, you know?
みんなでそれを真似してみたりするの。とっても可愛らしくなるんだよ。
Everyone is trying to imitate them. They're really cute. Oh. A shadow cast over Grandma's expression as she looked in the mirror. Maybe I said something wrong.
そうかい。
I see.
近頃は夏美ちゃんもずいぶんおしゃれさんになったしね。
You've become quite fashionably these days, Natsumi-chan.
すっかりこの町に馴染んじゃったんだね。
I'm quite familiar with this town, huh? I could feel Grandma's fingertips fill with strength, and the next moment the brush caught on the back of my hair and pulled a little.
あ、ごめんね夏美ちゃん。
Oh, I'm sorry, Natsumi-chan.
痛かったね。いけないおばあちゃんだ。
It hurts, huh? Grandma mustn't do that. Grandma stroked my head and blew it. It started to tickle, so I got up to brush her hand away.
あ、夏美ちゃん。
Ah, Natsumi-chan.
まだ終わっていないよ。もう少し。
I haven't finished yet. Just a little longer. I looked in the mirror and saw that some of my hair was trailing from my neckline, unable to be tied. But if I spent any more time on this, I would definitely be late.
いいのいいの。ちょっと無造作なのがいい感じだもん。
It's good, it's good! Has a bit of a nice casual feel to it.
ありがとう、おばあちゃん。
Thanks, Grandma.
夏美ちゃん、よそ様の子みたいだよ。
Natsumi-chan. You look like a child from far away. Huh? One unexpected phrase from Grandma had me choked up. A child from far away. Why would she say that? What did that mean?
おばあちゃん、
Grandma?
どうしたのそんな。
What's wrong? What are you saying?
沖宮にいた頃は寝癖のままでも学校に行っていたのに。
When we were in Okonomiya, you weren't getting enough sleep, but you went to school anyway.
おばあちゃんは沖宮にいた頃の夏美ちゃんが可愛くて仕方ないよ。
You were so cute back then.
おばあちゃん。
Grandma?
嫌だね。年を取ると
Oh, it's nothing. Just my age talking.
環境が変わったら人も変わるのは当たり前なのに。
It's natural for people to change when they move to a new environment.
おばあちゃん、ふるさとが懐かしくてね。
Grandma is just feeling nostalgic about her hometown. After she said that, Grandma looked depressed, but she quickly raised her face up and smiled at me. Seeing that smile made me a little nervous, but I quickly let it go and glanced at my watch. Yeah, it's still okay. I'll manage somehow.
それじゃあ私、学校行くね。
Well then, I guess I should start heading to school.
あ、夏美ちゃん、
Oh, Natsumi-chan.
まだ終わってないでしょ
You're not done yet. Huh, I had my hand on the sliding door ready to leave, but she suddenly caught me. Grandma gave me a sideways glance and a sticking
う。
smile.
お社様にお参りは
Would you pray at Oyashiro-sama's shrine?
あ、
お社様にお参りしなきゃダメだよ。
Neglecting to pray to Oyashiro-sama is no good.
そうでしょ夏美ちゃん。
Don't you think so, Natsumi-chan? Damn, she's kind of creepy. Grandma was smiling, but her eyes were narrow. Sure. Grandma dragged me to the living room in front of the shrine. Right before me, Grandma politely clasped her hands together and offered a wholehearted prayer. I followed suit and muttered words like magic spells. Whenever Oyashiro-sama was brought up, Grandma started to act like a different person. She often gratefully told us, Oyashiro is always watching. But on the other hand, Grandma also seemed afraid of being constantly watched. Uyoshida-sama is the guardian deity of Hinamizawa, the village where Grandma was born, but I can't pray the way Grandma does. Grandma told me that Mom and Dad were united thanks to the blessing of Uyoshida-sama, who is also a god of marriage. But I heard from Mom that they fell in love in college. And Mom was always unhappy with Grandma's obsession with Uyoshida-sama. After all the trouble I went through to adapt to this city, I often complained to Dad that I want to avoid practicing smelly country customs. When we left the old house in Okonomiya and moved here, Grandma insisted on putting a shrine in the living room. Mom was strongly opposed to it, and it eventually grew into a terrible Cold War. Mom and Grandma didn't speak with one another for a week. Dad stood at the forefront of the mother-daughter war, but maintained a neutral stance. But in reality, I think he was just pretending not to see it because it was bothersome. Aside from the issue of Uyoshida-sama, the family is quite close. The time I spent praying to Uyoshida-sama with Grandma, in this room with an inexplicable Shinto shrine, feels bizarre and undesirable. Here we go. Okay, you guys. I think this is a good stopping point for today. I gotta say, this has made one of the best first impressions. Like, beyond what I could have hoped for, I think. In terms of first impressions with a console arc. Seriously. All the characters feel so good, and they play off of each other so well, and like, oh my god. And I just like, I'm sorry, I thought I ended the stream prematurely, and I just like, wow. I mean, jeez. Oh, hello, Kawaii Teddy. Welcome to the stream. You think I'm gonna love the arc? I really think so too. Oh my god, yeah, you can see I'm feeling quite tired already. I didn't realize if I ended the stream or not, because I can't wait to continue this on Friday. And on Thursday, we will be continuing Fata Morgana, which is revving up. I agree, it was an excellent stream. I think so. I can't wait to continue this one. So until next time on Friday, I will say, so long, farewell, auf Wiedersehen, good night. You are all the sweetest of hearts. See ya.